Okay, so let's get started. First, I'd like to introduce you to your advising team. We have our Director of Student Services, Jessica Parra, Dr. Tina Siller, the Assistant Director of Advising and Tutoring Services, myself, Valerie Vargas, Senior Academic Advisor, Robert Barclay, our Academic Advisor 2, Christina Rollison, she's our other Academic Advisor 2, Kelly Wilson, Melissa Flores, Mary Banfield, Adriana Gutierrez, Priscilla Johnson, and Heather Miller, and Cynthia Garcia. Most of the advisors are on here today, so if you have any questions or see your advisor, feel free to say hello in the chat. All right. So let's talk about the student's role. We would like for you to read the university bulletin, the student handbook, and other materials upon entering into the program. The university bulletin is available on our website. If you would like specific, the address for the specific location, we're happy to share that with you. Also, if you just search in the uiw.edu website, in the search bar, type in university bulletin or catalog, you'll see it pop up in the registrar's office on their page. Seek out explanations for any policies or procedures that seem unclear or confusing. This is really important. I know it's not always comfortable asking questions, especially with things that you're very unfamiliar with and you feel like you should know. But when you're first coming back to college or university, or maybe this is your first time at all in school, there's a lot of things that are overwhelming or unclear. The best thing to do is ask a question. There's no dumb question, no silly question. And trust me, we've heard it all and we can assist you and help you. We're here to make it a more seamless and less confusing transition for you. Know and meet your graduation and other requirements contained in the bulletin. We also call it the catalog here at UAW. Class schedules and other university publications. This way, the way to do this in the most easiest way is to keep up with your student email account. Maintain your own personal academic record. Always keep copies of everything that is important, copies of transcripts, unofficial, officials, correspondence, things of that nature. The roles and responsibilities between the student and advisor. Every student entering SPS is assigned an academic advisor. We're very different than a lot of institutions where you'll receive a faculty advisor or you're grouped into someone who will oversee you. Here at SPS, you get your own personal advisor. We guide you through your complete program. Remember your advisor's telephone number, email address. We're here to assist you. One of the things, if you're remembering our telephone number and email address, also remember your student ID number or keep it handy. I know we've got a lot of passwords, new numbers to memorize all the time, but keep your student ID number handy. We need it in all communication with us. So if you shoot us an email, have a question, also put your student ID number in there. One of the best ways to resolve that is to add it to your signature line in your student email account. We can help you with assistance in registering for classes, accessing your textbooks, going through your course in our learning management system, which is Canvas. That's where your class is held. We want you to maintain a checklist of your progress for graduation. We're going to do the same thing, and it's done by utilizing your official degree plan in DegreeWorks. We're going to talk a little bit more about that in just a moment. And there's my little reminder about memorizing your student ID number. So this is your degree, and the advising process depends on your participation as well as the partnership with your academic advisor. So it's not simply tell me what to do and what to register for, but take an active role in your own program, in your degree. We make the recommendations and you make the decision. The final responsibility for meeting all academic requirements as well as institutional requirements, it rests on the student. But we're here to guide you, we're here to help you. So let's talk about Cardinal Apps. I'm hoping that everybody's been able to access your Cardinal Apps account. This is your student portal. This is where you can access anything that you might possibly need through your educational journey with UIW. It has your student email. It houses Office 365. You get this free. This is all of the Microsoft Office suite that you can use. Word, it has PowerPoint, it has Outlook, all of the things that you're going to utilize throughout your program. It has DegreeWorks. These are all little apps that are located in there. DegreeWorks is your official degree plan that's maintained by the registrar's office. It's where you're going to register for classes in Banner. UIW Engage, that's where you have community service information. And there's another app that's called Give Pulse, where you'll upload your documentation for your community service hours that you complete. And this, of course, is for undergraduate students with regards to community service. CashNet, where you pay your bill. If you have any technical difficulties accessing Cardinal Apps at any time, academic advisors, unfortunately, are not able to reset passwords or assist you with technical difficulties with accessing Cardinal Apps. That's going to have to go through the UIW help desk. They are there 24/7. So they're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's someone available on the other end to assist you. And that's the phone number for it. This is what Cardinal Apps looks like. So this is my Cardinal app. So it looks slightly different because it's going to have things that an employee would have. But for the most part, it's exactly what you're going to see. Your email, Office 365, there's Canvas. That's our learning management system. That's where the UIW, UIW holds our online classes. But whether you're taking an online class or an in-person class, your syllabus and your textbook information and announcements from your instructor are all going to be placed in Canvas. It's where you have DegreeWorks. You can see that there. That's one of the most important tools that you'll utilize here because that's your official degree audit and degree plan. You have information about UIW Engage, things that are going on at campus organizations and events. Give Pulse, this is the community service. If you're a veteran using your GI Bill, this is where you'll find the app called UIW VA Certification. This is where you'll upload your form to that office so that they can get your courses certified and you can get paid. You have access to Zoom and lots of other things, specifically Banner, where you'll register for classes right here. It says Banner 8, Student Services. So every student who is admitted into UIW receives a student email account. It's called your Cardinal email. All communication, and I cannot stress this enough, all communication from your advisor as well as all other departments at the university are going to come through Cardinal mail. Okay, it is imperative that you access this and utilize it and read it frequently. Tons of updates come through here. This is especially important when you apply for graduation. When you apply for graduation, the registrar's office is not going to communicate with you in any other way except for your Cardinal email account. So it is really important, and we send as advisors extremely important information. Financial aid does, the Veterans Office, the Military Office, all of these offices that are engaged with you throughout your program are going to use Cardinal email. So please make sure you're checking that regularly. Again, if you have any questions or comments, please place them in the chat and someone will be able to answer them for you. And we'll also have a question and answer session at the end of the presentation. Oops, went too fast. Okay, so let's talk about DegreeWorks. I said it was your official degree plans. Let's talk about what exactly that means. This is your degree audit. It has your student information, your degree requirements, your core curriculum, major, general electives. This is a little different for grad students. You won't have a core curriculum because you're a grad student, but the core curriculum is designed for the undergraduate student. But basically what you need to remember is DegreeWorks is going to tell you what class is transferred, how it was applied to your program, what you've completed, and what you're still needing. So it'll have all your deficiencies that are still needed, as well as what you've already completed. This is extremely important. Understanding how to read DegreeWorks is very important. So right now, every student who is admitted into SPS was also placed or sent an invitation into our class, a Canvas class called SPS Advising. We want you to access that, accept the invitation, because in there is a step-by-step guide on how to read DegreeWorks, how to connect with your advisor, but it also has tons of information specific for you and your program, SPS, that is. So if you have specific questions about your actual degree, You can hook up with your advisor in there, but I bet you most of the questions that you're thinking of or that you have can be answered by utilizing the information in SPS Advising Canvas course. So please make sure you accept that invitation. So here's what your degree plan will look like if you're an undergraduate student. It'll tell you that you have a minimum of 120 total credit hours required, 36 hours of upper division classes. That means a 3,000 or 4,000 level. How many credits are required at UIW? We require 45 hours of residency. And then you must meet a 2.0 GPA requirement. So there's lots of information that is in DegreeWorks on your official degree plan that is extremely important. Anything that you still need will say still needed so that you're aware. Official transcripts are articulated by the registrar's office as they are received. So we don't want you to panic if you come in as a transfer student and you don't see your classes that you completed at another institution reflected right away in DegreeWorks. We want you to speak with your academic advisor before you register for any courses, especially if you believe they sound very similar to a course you may have completed at another institution. We're trying to avoid duplicating classes that you do not need. We don't want you to waste unnecessary time, but also money. So make sure that you are aware of what you completed at other institutions and that you've submitted those official transcripts so that we can get those articulated by the registrar's office and apply to your degree plan, but also that you're not registering for courses that you may have taken at another institution. That's extremely important. Speak with your academic advisor at all times regarding those issues, or if you have questions about the class. Hey, I took this class and it sounds the same, but I don't think it is. Let us look at it. Let us see how we can help you. Okay, so here's the degree requirements for a graduate student. We have one degree that's 36 hours. The other graduate programs are 30 hours. It'll show in DegreeWorks that whatever minimum total credit hours are required for your degree, 30 or 36, 24 hours must be done in residency at UIW, and you must have a 3.0 GPA. So these are some of the things you'll see on your degree plan. Successfully, all students must complete the degree within a 7-year period in the graduate program. Undergraduate courses do not expire. However, graduate courses do. If you have not completed your program within 7 years, your classes are no longer applicable to your degree and you must start over. So it's very important that you're aware of the time that you're taking to complete your program. So this is what the core curriculum looks like for the undergraduate student. This is just a sample. You'll see that you can see where it'll show you what was transferred over. A T next to a grade means it was a transfer course accepted. And then if it doesn't have a T next to it, it means you completed it at UIW. Okay, let's talk about Canvas. Canvas is our learning management system, which simply means it's where your class is going to be held and all your course information. So we want you to log in to Canvas through your Cardinal Apps account. It's the easiest way to do it. In Canvas, you'll see your courses that you're currently registered for, announcements from your instructor or from SPS, your syllabus and textbook information, modules, assignments, discussions, and grades. So it is extremely important that you log into Canvas, that you have access to Canvas. Even if you're taking an in-person face-to-face class, you still need to have access to Canvas, okay? Assignments, discussions, grades, all those will be in there, but you really need to be making sure that you're logged in and looking at announcements. So I'll give you just a side note on the courses. You may be registered for both 2 terms, Summer 1 and Summer 2 courses, but only your Summer 1 course may be showing. It's a little early for Summer 2. However, you will see them in there. So don't panic, but feel free to reach out if you're still concerned. I don't see my Summer 2. I want to make sure I'm registered. You can verify your registration going back into Cardinal Apps and looking at your banner account, and you'll be able to see your registration, your current registrations in there. If you don't see it, then reach out to your academic advisor. This is what your dashboard or what your login looks like when you first log into Canvas. You'll see on the left-hand side, it'll say dashboard. That's going to show you all of the classes that you're currently registered for, a quick access to it. Then you can see the list drawn out if you click on courses, has your calendar, inbox, any messages, So this is one of the current classes that you'll be able to see if you're registered for it. And then when you hit on courses, you'll see, like I said, the list, it'll pop up list. When you click on dashboard, it has little icons. So the list of courses, training and development, that's one of the courses. So if we click on it, it takes us into the home page of the course. So this is, of course, just a sample page of your home page. And you'll see on the left-hand side, this is the home page. You have announcements, you have your syllabus, modules. Modules are broken down in 8 weeks because there's 8 weeks in a term. So you'll see 8 modules in there, and that's 8 weeks of work, okay? Assignments, discussions, grades, policies, guidelines, and accommodations, and then the course evaluation. I should go back. Does anybody have any questions about Canvas? You can put them in the chat. We'll be able to answer them for you. And then if you still haven't accessed it or you're having trouble accessing it or you don't see your class, please put that in the chat as well or reach out to your academic advisor. Okay, conquer the classroom. We want you to connect with your instructor at all times, whether you're online or face-to-face. It is extremely important that you build that relationship with your instructor and connect with classmates. So even if you're online, you should be exchanging emails, email addresses. You can actually reach out to your fellow students in your course. You click on the people icon in Canvas and it shows you everybody who's registered in your class. You can speak to them through there. You can email them utilizing Canvas, but you also want to share contact information, phone numbers, if you're comfortable with that. It's extremely important. If you have questions, it's easy to go to a peer to ask those questions. And then, especially if you're not able to get with an instructor, or you just have a simple question that you don't really need to ask an instructor, but you'd like to get a peer opinion, you can connect with the classmate. So please make sure you do that. If you're face-to-face, it is extremely important that you exchange information with your fellow classmates. One of those reasons is some things come up, you can't make it to class. And you can always connect with that person asking, what did I miss? Can I get notes? Whatever the case may be, just connect with your classmates. Keep up with assignments. I'll stress it in this program because we are 8 weeks. We are accelerated, not abbreviated. So therefore you are required to do 16 weeks of work in an 8-week capacity. So with that, I encourage you to stay ahead, not just on time, but jump ahead. Jump ahead on the reading, jump ahead on every syllabus has deadlines and dates on there. We want you to be as successful as possible in those classes. And one of the ways to do that is to make sure your time management is up to par. So make sure that you're aware of the dates and the deadlines of things going on inside your classroom and that you're ahead of the game. And the other thing is to ask questions, ask lots of questions. That's what we're here for. It's what your instructors are here for. Ask questions, and most importantly, have fun. Let's talk about attendance because it's really important when it comes to SPS. Missing 1 week of one class is equal to a 1 week of a regular term. But with SPS, if you miss one class, we only hold them once a week, that's equivalent to missing 2 weeks in a regular term. It's a lot of work. I will tell you that typically in a 1 week time, we go through about 2 to 3 chapters. You fall behind, you miss one class period, you're way behind. And you really are struggling to keep up. And as it is, you're balancing work and life and now school on top of that. So it's extremely important that you make sure that you're in attendance and that you're participating in your online class if you're doing online. Regular attendance is essential to success in SPS. So please make sure that your instructor, to understand and know what your instructor's attendance policy is, it will be stated in their syllabus. Okay. Let's talk about our drop policy. Students may utilize the self-automated drop process in Banner through their Cardinal Apps account up until Friday of the first week of the term. So our first week of term starts and you realize, I overextended myself, I'm going to have to drop. You can do that yourself through Banner, or if you want to change a class, make some changes to your schedule, you can do that yourself all the way up until that first Friday of the first week of class. After Friday, your advisor has to help you with all of the drop requests and changes. So there are no automatic drops. Drops are student initiated only, and they must go through your advisor. We must receive them via email. We do not do anything verbally when it comes to drops or registrations. And I said something that might have been misleading. I stated that you could make changes through your advisor, not after the first week of classes. After the first week of classes, you cannot add any more classes. You can drop, but you cannot add. So I just want to make sure I'm clear on that. So there are no automatic drops. If you don't attend, if you're not participating in an online class, we're not going to automatically drop you. The instructor doesn't have the authority to drop you. You must go through your academic advisor. After the first week, after 5 p.m. Friday of that first week of class, you are fully responsible for the tuition. Okay, so if you need to drop a course before the first week of classes, you've got to do it by Friday, week 1 by 5 p.m. It has to be an email. At that point, you will get 100% tuition refund. After that deadline, 5 p.m., even if it's 5:01, 5:02, you will not get your tuition refund. You will be responsible for the full tuition. I'm stressing this. Okay. Deadline to withdraw from a course for the term is week 6 of the term by Friday, 5 p.m. On Friday by 5 p.m. And this is all Central Standard Time. This protects your GPA, and every student who chooses to withdraw from a course during week 6 will earn a W. It protects your GPA, but there will be no tuition refund. The graduation policy at UIW is that every student must apply. Whether you're planning on participating in a ceremony or not, you must apply for graduation. You can apply for graduation through your Banner account in Cardinal Apps. You must apply for graduation early. We begin evaluating students, or I should say the registrar's office begins evaluating the number of courses you've completed for your program, and they'll start sending you out a notification letting you know you're close to graduation. Here's a graduation information packet. It's typically almost a year in advance. We need you to make sure that you are applying for graduation early. You complete an application for graduation when you've begun your last year of your remaining courses. You need to check your Cardinal email for any important information from the registrar's office once you have applied. And for undergraduate students, your application will not be accepted unless you have completed and submitted your documentation of 45 hours of community service. So I will tell you that we will accept community service all the way. If you were accepted, say last week, well, we'll take anything you've done in the last 5 years of community service from that date of admission back 5 years previous. So lots of students are going to be complete already because they've been doing things either with their employer, with their children. It has to be with a nonprofit. So just make sure that if you have questions about that, you reach out to your academic advisor. But I cannot stress enough to you that you need to get started on your community service if you don't have it already completed as soon as possible. We do have students that will end up completed with their degree requirements, but they did not do their community service. It is a degree requirement. They are removed from graduation 2 to 3 weeks before the ceremony and are not permitted to graduate because they did not finish community service. It is extremely important that you're on top of that. We do have support services at UIW, School of Professional Studies. The business office is available to assist you with questions regarding your bill, tuition. Their information is on here as well. The Student Disability Services Office is available to all students at UIW. So if you have a diagnosed disability, or if you're unsure about a disability you think you may have, they can assist you with that as well. You can contact them. They can offer you accommodations in your classes, both online and face-to-face, to assist you with your disability. I will say also, if you are pregnant or expecting, you can reach out to Student Disability Service because they can assist you with accommodations for that. Because there are some things that we need that it's not necessarily a disability, but it is a special accommodation. The Office of Financial Assistance is available. They are located on Broadway as well. They have their website available. On their website, you will see lots of information for funding. So they have scholarship lists, they have information about grants, federal grants, and then of course information about how financial aid works and how to complete your FAFSA. Their email address is on there as well, and feel free to contact them. Your academic advisor is limited on the information they have regarding financial aid. So we highly recommend that if you have specific questions, you reach out to a financial aid advisor at the email or the phone number listed on the screen. Then we have the Military and Veterans Center. They're located at the Student Engagement Center on Broadway. They are assisting both active duty military and veterans using post 9/11 or their GI Bill, voc rehab, any of those. And they're also now assisting in the ROTC program. So if you're an ROTC student, if you're an active duty military, or if you're a veteran and you have questions, please reach out to their office. We do offer tutoring services in SPS. Your tutoring services are available by accessing Cardinal Apps. You can see the repetitive nature of Cardinal Apps. It's extremely important, but lots of helpful information in Cardinal Apps. So our tutoring service is listed as an app called Smart Thinking. And Smart Thinking offers tutoring for our students in different subjects: math, writing, health sciences, computers and technology, science, business in Spanish. They also can assist you with your writing or career documents. So this is resume writing, this is essay center, things of that nature. It's available to you. It's a wonderful resource and it's free. It's all available to you as a student in SPS. So let me tell you a little bit more about our tutoring services. We do have, we're going to talk about this screen. I think it's the next one. Yes. Okay. So we do have our library services available, and you can utilize these even if you're not local. The UIW Maybe Library is available online, and there is an app in Cardinal Apps for it. We also have our website available. Their website has phenomenal information, but you can access it through the app in Cardinal Apps. Erin Cassidy is our distance learning librarian, and she is phenomenal, and she is more than willing to meet with you, whether it's through Zoom or chat, Teams, whatever the case may be, email, phone call. She's available and she's wonderful. She's also a wonderful resource for research information. If you're needing assistance, she can assist you. We also have social media. So these are our tags in social media. We have Facebook account, a Twitter account, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Follow us on there. We've got lots of information, all of our events and things coming up. We'll post pictures, we'll post information. So it's a good resource for information and things that are going on in SPS that you may be a part of or may want to be a part of. We do have what are called Rave Alerts. Rave Alerts is our mobile safety emergency alert system with UIW. There is an app in Cardinal Apps. We ask that you keep your information up to date, your phone number, your cell phone number in Banner, so that we get the information to you that you need. You will receive an emergency alert if there's any type of weather emergency, active shooter, anything that may be important in an emergency status. This is where it'll come from. We do have a link to our Cardinal Flight Plan for COVID-19 and UIW. You can access that and see all the updates regarding mask mandates, vaccines, things of that nature. That's all available on our website for Cardinal Flight Plan. So COVID-19 and UIW, here's some more things more resources that we've implemented to assist with those that are at distance. Online tutoring options, you'll find those on our website, but like I said, they're also in the Smart Thinking app. Online advising appointments are available. Your advisor is flexible and available to assist you in any format, whether it's through Zoom, Teams, phone, or email. We're here for you and we can assist you. We also have counseling services available at UIW, and there's the direct link for those counseling services. We want you to get as much experience out of UIW and your time as a Cardinal as possible. We have athletic sporting events, we have student organizations, we have campus dining, Chick-fil-A, Starbucks, the library, we have a gym as well, a wellness center that's phenomenal, an auditorium on Broadway if you're local. Every student has access to these things with a UIW issued student ID. We want you to make sure that you're taking advantage of these. We also have different events that pop up at the different sporting events. Our program, our department, School Professional Studies, will host a tailgating event for the football games. It's a fun time, and we encourage you. You're part of the university. We are all one university, so we want you to get involved and engage as much as possible. Let's talk about your student ID since I mentioned it. How do I get my student ID? So there are two ways you can get your ID. You can do it in person, or you can email your advisor. Student Engagement Center is located on Broadway. It is the Student Life department on the 3rd floor, and you can go in there. You just have to show either electronically or physically with paper that you are registered for courses, and they will issue you a student ID card. You can also call ahead for availability to the Northwest Center on Data Point Drive. The Northwest Center is also where your advising staff is held. That is our advising hub. And all of the classes for SPS that are face-to-face are held at the Northwest Center. You can call ahead and see for availability to have your ID created there as well. We have 4 locations in the School of Professional Studies. The Alamo Heights Center is one of our locations. We don't have academic advisors located there, but it is where our headquarters are. The Northeast Center, we have 1 academic advisor there right now, and that is located on the northeast side of San Antonio. The Northwest Center is the hub for advising. That is where the majority of all of your academic advisors are housed out of. Our assistant director is there as well. Your classes are held there. And then we have, of course, Corpus Christi Center. We do have an academic advisor there, and we do hold classes there both in person, and then we offer online as well. The Alamo Heights Center that's the address. It's 3200 McCullough Avenue. That's our headquarters. The Northwest Center this is where our classes are located. Currently, we have moved online for advising on Saturdays. So actually, we're not doing Saturday advising at this time, but we're still available to you. So if you need to reach us, we're available. Monday through Friday, reach out to us. I know that there are some advisors that are also willing and available to meet with you later if you need to. I'm one of those. I can meet with you. We're pretty flexible. If you just let us know how we can assist you, we'll be able to assist you. The Northeast Center is actually located inside Rolling Oaks Mall on the northeast side of San Antonio. So that actually concludes the information portion of the new student orientation. So I want to open it up to questions or comments. If anybody has anything, you can place them in the chat. I'm going to kind of go through the chat right now because I do see a few things listed in here. I want to let you know that one of our advisors, Adriana Gutierrez, has listed the orientation module for Canvas. So if you haven't accessed it or you're a little confused by it, there is an orientation that you can utilize without logging in. So she's put the link in the chat there. So yes, one of our students had a really good question, because this applies typically for our graduate students. They're wondering, why am I applying so early? I just started my program. Well, with SPS, if you're taking 2 classes every 8 weeks, you're going to be done in 10 months. So you definitely need to be applying for graduation. I know it sounds strange, but it really is necessary. What early application does for graduation is it triggers the academic advisors to begin focusing on your audit. So we follow you. You've applied, you know you're ready, you're on track. So we make sure that you're meeting every single course needed or requirement needed to hit that goal that you've already applied for. You're so close. We want to make sure that you're on the right track. So it triggers in advance the advisor's availability to continue to audit your account. Okay, let me see if there's any other questions in here. No. Feel free to unmute yourself. If you have a question, you may ask it. I think I gave everybody that availability. Yes, so we have a student asking if there is a scholarly library. Yes, UIW's library is the Maybe Library. The app is located to access all the information about the library in your Cardinal Apps account. So we have a designated librarian, Erin Cassidy, and she is our distance learning librarian, but you have access as a student to all of the scholarly journals that are available, all publications that are available through the Maybe Library. All you need is your student ID and your access to Cardinal Apps, and you're good to go. So if you have specific questions, we have her information in this PowerPoint. This PowerPoint will be published. This presentation will be published once it's completed. So you all will have access to it inside the Canvas SPS advising course that you're all a part of. So for those of you who came in just a little late, every student in SPS is added to a Canvas course called SPS Advising. And in that course, you will find all kinds of information, probably all of the answers to the questions you're thinking of, but we also will be posting the orientation recordings in there as well, so that you can go back and utilize information that you may have missed. So that's all in there as well. Great question. Anybody else? Absolutely. I see a student getting ready to ask another question. Oh, that's a good question. So the student asked, is there any reason I would need or want a student ID if I'm 100% distance learning? You don't have to have an ID if you're 100% distance learning. If you don't plan on coming to the campus for a specific to go check out a book or to go to any of the events or anything like that, then no, you would not need a student ID. It's completely up to you. It's completely optional. If you do happen to be in town one day and you want to come visit the campus, you don't even need an ID. You just need to get a parking pass, temporary parking day pass from the security kiosk located on the campus, so that you can put in your vehicle and you can tour the facility, but the university. But no, you wouldn't absolutely need a student ID if you're 100% distance learning. So that's a good question. We also had another question about internships. So each degree is different. So each degree has different requirements, and there are a few degrees that do require or do give you an option of either an internship or a course. So it just depends on that. I think your question is asking, you're asking about an internship. How do we go about it so we can gain experience for our major? So there are ways to gain knowledge or experience in a major if it's a new career or a new discipline that you're not familiar with, and this is something new for you. Our Career Services Center can also assist you with different organizations that are offering internships. I would also reach out once you begin your program and talk to your faculty. Each of our programs has a department chair. So we can put you in touch with that. Contact your academic advisor, let them put you in connection with the program chair, and they can have insight and knowledge of different ways that you can gain experience for your major as well. Any other questions? Okay. Well, if there aren't any other questions, oh, I got one. When is the first day of classes for fall? The first day of fall, I believe, is August. I'm going to our website. It is on our website. And I can tell you right now, really quick. So the first day, we have the term dates listed under registration on our SPS website. And the first day of fall, 2022 is August 20th. The last date is October 14th. And in fall 2, it begins October 15th and ends December 9th. I'm actually going to put that in the chat. Okay, let me see if I can get that in here. And then I'll put the fall 2 term dates. And I'll also just remind you that summer 1, you're welcome. Summer 1 begins April 30th. Summer 1 begins April 30th. All right, so if we don't have any other questions, I'm going to end the orientation. I want to welcome you to the University of the Incarnate Word, and you are now a Cardinal. So welcome to the Cardinal family. You're a Cardinal for life from this point on. Thank you for joining us. Y'all have a blessed day and a happy Easter. Just waiting this. Okay, I think all the students are gone.
Good job. I only saw one slide wrong. It was good.
I know.